So, let's talk about Curse at Alton Manor. Is it any good? My opinion, no. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's start with the story, which for a long time made no sense to me until it was explained to me that apparently the story is you, as a potential buyer, are touring Alton Manor to buy it, to view it as you would a house viewing. And then you go in and stuff goes wrong and Emily tries to attack you. At no point is that story established. I just thought they just put the signs up and they were just there because they needed a reason for the house to be like abandoned. But apparently that's the story. Doesn't establish that story very well. The pre-show certainly doesn't establish that story. He just establishes that her dad was a bit of a dick. So, poor start, right? What you need is a 3-act structure. You will hear me say this repeatedly when it comes to stories. 3-act structure is very important. Beginning, middle, end. So in a ride's case, you would need to establish why you're there, the premise of why you're there and what is potentially going to happen. The middle would be why it happens, you know, why stuff goes wrong, and the end would be your escape. Alton Manor doesn't do any of that. But anyway, so the queue line, it's got all these little niche touches. I feel like they spent so much time trying to please the fans and do all these inside jokes or inside nods that they forgot about the story. That they forgot about it. It's that simple. But anyway, so yeah, so the pre-show, it is what it is. Like, I don't really understand the point of the pre-show. Just why does she suddenly get lightning powers? She murders a cat. I mean, I always thought she broke her arm, but she murders the cat and then she gets lightning powers. Why? But anyway, so then let's get into the actual ride. You go into the ride, you get in your car and you go in. Again, at no point is it saying, welcome to the viewing of Alton Manor. You just get in and go, right? So you go around the corner. First thing that really has wound me up since day one, that projection mapping onto the door into the maintenance bay never lines up. If you can't line up your projection mapping, just don't do it. It's pretty simple. And then you've got the what's next? The scene, the kitchen. That's not really changed, so I've got nothing horrific to say about that. Again, she's there with her lightning powers. Still no premise of the fact that I'm here viewing the attraction or why I'm here viewing the attraction. The attraction, the house, sorry, the manor. And, you know, just a lot of stuff happens for no real reason. If it was just called Haunted House, I'd sort of let it slide because it wouldn't need a story. But they've tried to put a story in and it hasn't gone well. And then, you know, there's effects that are just, you know, all the effects that swing out. I can see the mechanisms all the time. All you need to do, bit of masking black cloth, wrap it around the mechanism, it will hide it. Basic theatrics, that. Hide how things work. Could you imagine if magicians showed how they did everything? There'd be no such thing as magic. And they're meant to be called Merlin Magic Making. Figure that one out, right? And then, you know, there's stuff like, there's lots of hand and feet prints on the wall. Why is that not a projection effect? Why are they just there? You know, then you've got the hide and seek tunnel. What's the point of that? Doesn't really sound effective. And we have yet to get to the point of, why have I somehow now shrunk and I'm in a doll's house? At what point did that happen? Why did that happen? Makes no sense. It really doesn't. And then there's the laser lightning before the trommel. Why is there a random laser in there? That does, when all the other lightning effects are behind gauzes. You tell me. They must have just found a spare laser. And it's just none of it. There's no reason as to everything happen. I don't feel like I'm trying to escape. There's no premise in it going, oh, by the way, you know, oh my God, I'm trying to avoid her. It's just, honestly, it just winds me up. And then there's the one effect, I will tell you, there's one effect I like, and it's when the ghoul starts small and then it gets bigger. If you've been on it, you know what I mean. That's the only effect I like in the whole ride. And now you get off the ride, and it's like, oh, thank you for visiting Sparks Estates open house. So you what? Like, you've not established that I'm here viewing a house at any real point. Now you're like, oh, thanks for visiting, bye. Like, honestly, it has all the pieces to be very good, but they are not synchronized. They're not in a row. There's no good coherent storytelling or effects that are well timed. Plus, most of the effects aren't, some of them are dying already, like when you're in the attic. The attic used to have a lot of haze in there. It used to be like, ooh, beams of light and things. Beams of light are great. Haze is great. You do need to refill your hazer. I feel like they just can't be asked to put stuff back in the hazer. It's not difficult. Every morning, just go around, check it. Oh, look, it needs topping up. Jobs are good. And hazer should last you a week before you need to fill it up. At least. But no. You know, overall, all the bones are there to make a very good thing. They're just not executed very well at all. And it's a shame, but let's be fair, and this is going to piss a lot of you off, but all Curse at Alton Manor is a filler ride until Nemesis is done. Saves them getting a new thing. They just revamped what they already had. Same reason they reopened Subterra. Just to fill in while one of their big rides is out of action. So overall, I'm going to ask the question, is Curse at Alton Manor a good ride? No. The fact Merlin Magic Making are also still here, and it's July, says everything I need to know. So if you like Subterra, if you like Curse at Alton Manor, great. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a theatrical disaster. And it's such a shame. But hey ho, that's my opinion. You might like it, you might not. I don't really care. What I would like you to do is like and subscribe if you haven't already. Or don't. It's not up to me. But yeah, that's my opinion on Curse at Alton Manor. I could go on for another 20 minutes. I'm not gonna. So yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.